Welcome back to the Youth Academy RTG. We will be finishing the January transfer window today. We're still in the market for a new goalkeeper and a new striker. And at present, we have made one signing so far. That was in yesterday's episode, bringing in a new fullback, Ramon Navarrete. Spanish, not Argentinian like Lino from the Cambridge United RTG way back when, but significant improvement on what we had in that position previously. Hoping that Da Costa and Baumann will continue to grow, which they certainly should do, and Fleming and Salah equally. Nacho's now peaked to 84. I'm looking to bring in a new backup striker, so I'd be quite happy to bring in someone that is about Salinas's rating, to be honest. But Salinas is still our go-to goal scorer and still one of the best goal scorers in the division. Let's have a look at player stats, shall we, for the Premier League. Top goal scorer, Edwards. Second top goal scorer, Salinas. So, can't really complain at the minute, can I? I've got the two best goal scorers in the division. Leao da Silva would be the go-to Salinas replacement if I wanted to upgrade on Nacho. But at the minute, I'm not looking to upgrade on Nacho. I'm looking to bring in someone to be his understudy that's better than what we had before. Because Nacho still obviously doing the business. So it would be harsh to replace him at this particular moment in time. If we can win against Manchester City to begin today, we will be right there level on the top four again. Then got Fleetwood away in the FA Cup. Simple victory, you hope. And then Leicester City away before the end of the transfer window, where we should be another couple of players better off. But hopefully we could be a few points better off after this first game. As ever, drop the video a like. There's still a large number of you, percentage-wise, that aren't subscribed to the channel. So please do subscribe and help us get back towards 280,000 subs. That'd be fantastic. But for now, Jesus Christ, that is a very scary Manchester City team. Edison in goal for City, Getrauda, Antonio Silva, Ruben Dias and Tomiyasu at left back. Dawson, Rodri and Rovella in the midfield. Kulu, Erling and Foden up top. Couple of changes from what you last saw with Rovella, Minton and Tomiyasu into the starting lineup. But obviously it's an exceptional Manchester City side, just as it was an exceptional Chelsea side in yesterday's episode. Chelsea needed to get lucky though to beat us. Hopefully City will have no such luck today. Corner City. Dawson short to the awaiting... Is that Foden? Yeah, it is Phil Foden. And Kulu quickly back to Rovella. Oh, did the keeper get a touch on that? I think he might have done. Erling Haaland still trying to build up. Kulu, Richardson certainly got a touch on that one. Did he save the first? Because that was a pretty insane stop, if indeed he did. Did he? Oh, yes, surely he certainly touched it. Oh, yeah, it was a big touch, actually. A very big touch. Much bigger than actually it looked like in real time because of the camera angle. City pressing and very close on two occasions to going 1-0 up. Still they use Foden short from the corner. He's absolutely sent me. Still got Kulu there. And Navarrete is in the way. It's nice to have a Navarrete back in the starting lineup, isn't it? Just feels homely and wholesome. Almost complete if we've got a Navarrete in the starting lineup. Oh, unfortunately, can't get the better of the attacker there. Oh, and Erling is going to get the better of everyone. City nearly got the same luck as Chelsea there, but thankfully it fell for me instead. Kulu. Oh, Dawson, Rovella, surely from here. Oh, why does he look to square it? City could be 3-0 up by now. They've just not utilised their chances well enough. Fleming could be in. He is in. And can we punish them for missing the chances that they have at the other end? No. It's got to be in the corner. I tried to get it in the corner. And he's just been intimidated by Edison stood right in front of him. And then the defender closing him down as well. We'll look over the top for Tom Edwards, who's bullied his way past Getrauda. We'll cut it back. And still, City's defence is in the way. Could be 3-3 at this point in this game. 0-0 thus far, though. Beautiful from Fleming. Absolutely sucked Getrauda in. Romero. Oh, it's just brilliant. Salinas, please. As much as I wax lyrical about Salinas still being one of the best goal scorers in the league this season, he definitely could still be better, couldn't he? Here's Patrick Guy. We weathered the Manchester City storm. And now We are in front. And it's Nacho. He's still got it. He's not consistent, as we've seen in just the past 2 highlights. But he does still have it. I'm going to give him to the summer. That last chance, I mean, it's recency bias, isn't it? In both instances. He missed a clear-cut chance, and I was like, no, I'm going to replace him. And then he goes and buries that brilliantly, and I'm like, no, I'll let him stay till the summer. I'll keep him in the starting lineup till the summer. I'll keep him in the starting lineup till the summer. He's still the 2nd top goal scorer in the league. You know where that's going. Kulusevski in a great position. It's a lovely take. And he's absolutely done me again. Dejan Kulusevski is superb. I just can't deal with him at the minute. Franciscu's done really well there, and that will keep us in front until half-time, thankfully. But we've had to weather all of the storms against Manchester City, and they've hit the bar. Keeper's made some good saves. We've got lucky with a rebound rather than getting unlucky with a rebound. There is more goals in this. Chelsea beating Manchester United would be a huge result as well. They're 1-0 up at half-time at Old Trafford. Nice tackle by Romero. And Baumann. That's a Fleming. Nice. I don't know where to go. Too many blue and white shirts in front of me there, and I got a little bit lost. Nacho's been found. Look who's arrived in the middle. It's Patrick Guy. Thumped, top corner. Brilliant run from late from Patrick Guy. And we have a 2-0 advantage now against Manchester City. If we score 1 more and win by 3, then we will be level on points and goal difference with Manchester City. And I think on head-to-head, would it go goals scored first? Probably. I'm not sure whether we'd be above them or not. Regardless, we're pulling level on points with them at the very least. Unless they pull off a mad comeback. Erling's on a run. He's decided he's just going to pick up possession and he's going to sprint. And if people can keep up with him, great. If they can't, he'll do it solo. He's going again. What a cross. Oh, Francisco's touch is really poor, and thankfully it doesn't cost us. I tried to clear that first time with Francisco, and he tried to bring it down and then clear it, but his touch was so bad that it fell to Phil Foden, who's put it over the top of the bar. Kulusevski off for them and Jonathan David on. I don't believe that's a change in formation for them. David now being utilised as a right winger, and Erling still the main man through the middle. Speaking of main men through the middle, through the middle. Couldn't find Nacho Salinas. That's where the N came from. 20 to go, still 2-0. Oh, Nacho through the middle. Oh, God damn it, Nacho! Finish those, please. Have that back, very much. Baumann, oh, intercepted brilliantly by Rodri. Jonathan Davis going to try it again. And Francisco has him pocketed today since he's come on. His passing's not so great, though. Erling Haaland. Francisco again. Wow. He may only be 81 rated, Francisco da Costa, but that potential to be special tag and some of his key stats are very, very good indeed. Is keeper going to come for this? He's not. Oh, it would have been the cheekiest of goals you've ever seen, but it didn't come off. Capability in this game. I actually committed to that pass a pace earlier, and I think Patrick Guy might have been in behind. Salah takes his time there. I see Baumann on the edge of the box, under control, and the shot scuffed. Salinas saved by Ederson. It could have been 3. It won't be 3. There will be 3 minutes added on, but there will also be 3 points for us as we will close down the 3-point gap to Manchester City to not 3. I'm not, frustratingly. And it's not for 3rd either. It's for 4th. God, strike by Haaland. Well struck. But Richardson right behind it. And a momentous victory for us away from home. Very, very important in our fight for position in the league. And unfortunately, Erling and co couldn't do anything against us in that one. Despite 9 chances, we had 12. 3 more than they were able to create. Oh, Chelsea conceded an equaliser against Manchester United. So United keep their points tally ticking over. Fleetwood next in the FA Cup. So rather evidently, we expect to get through that with a sim. And on goal difference, we are behind Manchester City. And had we scored that 1 extra goal, didn't realise it was so tight, then we would have been level on goal difference, but we would have scored 1 goal more. As it happens, ourselves and Manchester City and Liverpool have all scored, and Arsenal, 4 of the top 5 teams have all scored the exact same amount of goals. It's Quite an even division, really, isn't it? Although Arsenal at the minute, just by picking up more draws than the occasional defeat, have themselves that advantage at the top of the table. 10 points the gap with 15 games to go. Fleetwood next in the cup. Fleetwood away then. We're off to the coast in the FA Cup, to the northwest, just past Blackpool, to go and take on Fleetwood Town. Not taking any risks here. We're starting a full strength, top 4 Premier League quality side against Fleetwood in the FA Cup. Of course we go 1-0 down inside 6 minutes, because that's obviously what's going to happen. They've got a 6'7" centre-back there. Their number 6, Ali, is going to be difficult to get the ball past. If they take a 2-0 lead before half-time, I might have to just jump in and play this, or play the rest of it. I absolutely do not want to go out of the FA Cup at this stage. We want to at least reach the semi-finals. If not, win the bloody whole thing. Come on, lads, please. Pull your fingers out. I was like, I'll start a full-strength side for this rather than rotate and cost myself the chance of going through. And then Fleetwood went and took the lead. Good header by Nacho. Want to equaliser before half-time, please, gents. Oh, I should have played in Edwards. Fleetwood defending for their absolute lives here. Relatively equal amount of chances. Relatively equal amount of possession. Minimal chances for both sides. But, yeah, I might be jumping in if we aren't level before the hour mark. Then we might be playing a little bit of this game against Fleetwood. Fans are singing we're going to score in a minute, but I'm not sure whether it's our fans or their fans at the minute. I think it might be theirs. They've got a corner here in the 57th minute. Right, I think it's time I headed to Fleetwood, as well as everybody else, I think. We might be jumping in next time the ball goes out of play. Or next time we have a failed attack that doesn't result in a goal. Like that. Well, in we go. Insert Thanos meme. Fine. I'll do it myself. Bauman. And Jack. Up to Navarrete. If I score with my first attack, I'll be so annoyed. I've had to even hop in to do this. Salinas to Salah. We're in behind. Tuck it back. Nacho. It took just moments to give ourselves the equalising goal. Why couldn't you have done that before, gents? We are going to a replay against Fleetwood Town. Hooray! Fleming, tuck it back. Edwards, Salah. You big 6'7" bastard with your long legs. We are going to a replay against Fleetwood. Cambridge 2, Liverpool 2. You love to see it. Well done, lads. Leicester City with Ivica Ivushits in goal. Say that quickly 17 times when you're drunk. Tyler Adams and Adriano Rabiot in the midfield with Rodri, Ceballos, Jeremy Pino, and of course 88 rated Diogo Jota leading the line still for them. They weren't great last time we played them, Leicester. Even despite having that fantastic front line, they were, at that moment in time, I think, the lowest goal-scoring side in the division. We are one of the highest goal-scoring sides in the division, with, on paper, the 2 best goal scorers in the division. Even though I'm sure you'd say that Erling Haaland was a little bit better than Nacho Salinas, if it came to a head-to-head, for sure. But on paper, he has scored more goals, Nacho, and hopefully he'll be adding to that today as well. I mean, that is a rangy ping, isn't it, from Diogo Jota. Oh, he's missed it entirely. Dani Ceballos, I'm so sorry. He threw everything at it and got there before the ball did. Still the lowest goal-scoring side in the league. Look, 23 games played, 24 goals scored. With an 85, 87 and 88 rated players as 3 of their front 4. That is a real shock. Despite having that goal-scoring record, they do look the more likely of actually creating a chance at the moment. Pretty solid at the back, Leicester, so far. Although Nacho's going to do his best to cut them apart here. But he misses the target. Ooh, a little reverse pass. That's worked very well. Dani Ceballos breaking forward. Actually in the right place to receive the ball this time, rather than flying through the air and completely missing it. Carter Little steps in well. Jeremy Pino will take the corner for them. It's weird seeing a number 8 for Leicester not be Yuri Tielemans, but that will be the case in real life as well next year now, won't it? Really intrigued to see who Leicester are able to keep hold of and who they'll end up losing. You have to let me know in the comment section which you guys think of the relegated Premier League sides this year will work their way back up to the Premier League. Will Leeds do it? Will Leicester do it? Will Southampton do it? Will none of them do it? It's absolutely a possibility that none of them might well make it back to the Premier League at the first attempt. Navarrete, Salah. Need a big second half, really. We could start it superbly. Navarrete forward from fullback. Here's Edwards. Little drop of the shoulder. Come on, Tommy boy. That's what you want from your 88 rated world-class central attacking midfield captain. Yes! Big start to the half needed. Big start to the half achieved. 1-0. Just calmly, slowly, methodically building up possession here. That's what Salinas seems to be good at now. It's just drilling them low into the corner. I think when I keep going for those finesses that keep just finding their way just wide, I'm having to adjust how I'm using Nacho to get the best out of him now. He's developed as a player, and he's added that to his locker now. And we've seen a number of those recently where he's just kept it daisy cutting along the floor, and it's arrowed into the bottom corner. Really like that. Excellent finish. We find ourselves 2-0 in front now, and the start to the second half just got even better within 12 minutes of the restart. It's a lovely ball into Diogo Jota. And surely they score from here. Rodri, why are you snatching at that? They've got no composure in front of goal, Leicester City. They are so low on confidence in front of goal that even the really world-class players just can't do anything right. The build-up play is excellent, but when it comes to actually getting the finish off, they bottle it every time. It's one of the most peculiar things I've seen in career mode for a while, to have an attack so good and to be so poor at putting the ball in the back of the net. And you get it occasionally, but to have it so consistently throughout the course of 2/3 of a season is a real rarity. Leicester City really unfortunate at the minute. They've spent really well in the transfer window. They've signed really well in the transfer window, but they just don't work at the moment as a forward 3 of 4. Oh, and then Ivušić is just unfortunate there. I'll do an apology, I think, with Tom. Oh, no, he's going to celebrate it. I'll do it here. Sorry, Leicester. Nacho through the gap. Looking for a worldie. Not going to find it, but that will be game. 3-0. Starting to get a couple more clean sheets at this stage, aren't we now? Which is nice to see. Leicester City dealt with. Now then. Can we please beat Fleetwood? Ojbal Koran, 6'2" at Bari. 86 handling, 83 diving, 82 reflexes. Positioning's not great, but it is one better than Ruben Richardson's, and he's significantly better in other stats. Oh, contract expiring in 6 months. It's going to mean I can't buy him now, isn't it? He's the... Oh, come on! Why can't I just buy him now? I know he's got 6 months left on his contract. I want to buy him now. I'm not going to get Clerk because he's 5'11", regardless of the fact he's the Uris regen. Koran is the Handanovic regen, not the Jan Oblak regen. So, I do want to get him, but I can't get him now. So it looks like Ruben Richardson stays till the end of this season as my number 1, and Koran will come in next year as my number 1. I can't justify signing someone from Bayern or Real, like nicking someone else like that, their first team player. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't justify it. So I'm not going to. Let's bring Koran in. He'll be our new number 1 next year. Ruben is peaked, so he's not going to get any higher than 82 now. He's on $5 a week at the minute. At Bari, this is a joke. You could have 45 grand a week, pal. So, Koran will come in as our new number 1 next season. And for the time being, Ruben Richardson will stay our number 1 for this season. So the goalkeeper situation is sorted, but not how we envisaged that it would be. Now what we need to do is figure out what striker to get. So striking options really are Antonio Gutierrez, who's been very good against us for Brentford, but he's not sensational. Faris Salihovic, who's, as far as I can make out, an Edin Dzeko regen. And then Bourgeois, who's only 5'10" at Bruges. So I think, because to offer us that other option, which is what Jacek Wilk did with the taller player, but obviously Salihovic is just significantly better. I think we're going to get Salihovic. He's really fast, but we need to test it with at least one player, as you guys have pointed out in the comments. So Salihovic, I think, is going to be the guy to test it. 46 million they reckon I can get him for. I will try and get him. Again, we're signing regens that aren't the obvious go-tos. So I don't want to risk not getting this. So I'm quite happy to sign an Edin Dzeko regen and a Samir Handanovic regen. I think that's spot on. It's not a Ronaldo or a Messi or a Luka Modric or something like that. So he's on 34.5 grand a week at Girona. He won't. I was going to say he won't be crucial. I won't want to give him crucial, but he's happy with important. So cracking, and that gives me a genuine alternative option if we feel that at any point Nacho genuinely is letting us down. I'm going to give him a sizable contract because we want to make sure that we get this done and it doesn't fall through on deadline day like we've previously scuppered ourselves with. But Salihovic is going to come in. We have an Edin Dzeko regen joining us as well. And the Samir Handanovic regen will join us next season instead. So Ruben Richardson has a stay of execution in our starting lineup, luckily for him. But we were doing it more for rating than we were for his actual performance. So I don't mind that. But I would have liked to have gotten the goalkeeper in this time. I'm just trying to get some pictures here for a potential thumbnail, and we'll go and sort transfer deadline day out then, shall we? Now that we've made 2 signings on it. Fleming's up to 82, which I've just noted as well, which is fantastic. Romero's up to 84 now. The side is growing considerably. Salihovic will make his debut here for the club in the FA Cup. And this time, can we beat Fleetwood, please? Oh, that's a free kick in a dangerous position for Fleetwood. They're going to lay it off. They know he is going to go for goal. And he scored a fantastic one. Fleetwood, again, take the lead in the FA Cup. It's Oscar Romero with a free kick from range. We are behind once more against Fleetwood Town. What is happening in this FA Cup season so far? We struggled against Wigan. And now, never mind, we're level immediately against Fleetwood in the replay. 2-1! Salihovic on debut in the 34th minute. That's more like it, thank you. Never mind, Bauman's got himself a red card immediately. So we got a 2-1 lead, but now we're down to 10 men. Nice. 3-1. Patrick Guy, 10 men or not, we're going through. 4. Tommy Edwards gets in on the act, and we are comfortable now. This should have happened in the first game. How it didn't, I don't know. You got support. Edwards, Salinas. 5. Nacho off the bench to grab one at the death as well. And actually, we scored more goals with 10 men against Fleetwood than we did with 11 in a game and a half. We have to be pleased, I guess, with the progression. And, well, it's not like we weren't taking the FA Cup seriously, but you can't... Oh, how dare you, Liverpool. At least we scored at the Abbey. Right, transfer deadline day then. Players suspended. Yeah, no surprises. Biggest deals on the day so far. Us. Faris Salihovic is the second one. Elif Elmas, player for North Macedonia, going to Mallorca. And then Nicolo Barella, who was rumoured to be going to Newcastle IRL. They look like they just got Sandro Tonali done. So whether they still go for Barella, I'm not sure. He's at Southampton now in this save. And we'll see if any more deals go through. Alexander Isak leaves Dortmund for the second time. This time to go to Torino. That is the 3rd biggest deal of the window now. Make that 4th as Benjamin Šeško goes from Inter Milan to Real Madrid. Crystal Palace have bid for Samaras. I don't really need Samaras at the moment. I am going to look to sell him next summer at the latest, so why not now? Thank you for your service, Angelos. You've been superb, but you are not good enough anymore. Stade de Reims interested in Francisco da Costa? No. Angelos Samaras is no more. Well, this sounds like he's died. He's not he's not an AFC Chesnoid player anymore. We'll phrase it that way. Lisandro Martinez from Real Madrid to Liverpool is an intriguing one. Nice have offered me Brahimi and some money for Schultz, but we'll turn that down, thank you very much. Samaras sold to Crystal Palace, who have been quite regular shoppers actually here, haven't they, with us? Any other big deals going through? Fleming's had a bid from West Ham, 16.5 million plus Morgan Rogers. No, mate. Next season, we'll be looking for a significant signing out wide to replace one of Fleming or Salah. Not that either of them really deserves to be replaced, but at 82 rated, we can certainly do better for sure. But they are still growing. But they'd suit absolutely a fantastic squad role. Francisco da Costa might have a bid in from Lazio here with an hour to go, but let's be honest, even if I did accept it, it's not going to go through in time. Celta Vigo also bidding. Lazio offered me Raul Moro plus some cash. No. And Celta, Emiliano Buendia and some cash, but also no, not happening. Francisco stays and will continue to grow with us, so that is the end of that with regards to the transfer window. Let's show you what the biggest deals were in that window then as we progress through. Let's have a look at transfer history then. So, in this window, Millie went through in September, so that has happened January the 1st. So we'll update the Patreon spreadsheet with that. Barella we saw. Bino Gittins has moved from West Ham now to go to Fiorentina. So that's a big move in the window. And severely weakens West Ham. Bino Gittins is one of their best players, actually. And I did not enjoy playing against him. What else have we got from this window? Quentin Timber has gone to Barcelona from Lazio. Šeško there, as we saw. Pedro Gonçalves is at 30 years of age and 87 rated. Has gone to Rayo Vallecano. What? Danny Olmo gone to Real Madrid on January the 1st. So it's negotiated between windows. Emil Smith-Rowe goes to Lazio. Ashraf Hakimi to Liverpool. We saw that throughout the course of the transfer window. Mateus Fernandes goes to Lyon. Weird that he doesn't have his actual face in the game, isn't it, actually? Kolo Muani goes to Milan from Hoffenheim. Arnau Martinez goes to Manchester City, though he didn't play against us today. Lisandro Martinez to Liverpool, as we saw. El Canous. Don't know anything about him. Moroccan. Bilal El Canous. 85 rated, though, so pretty damn decent. Glauc goes to Everton from Forest. And Rodri Lawrence, our former player, only 82 rated as a winger, but goes to Juventus now, the Welshman, from Atalanta. Brian Brobby to Bayern Munich from West Ham. That was between windows as well, and that is it. The smallest transfers on this list now in the 50s, such is the amount of money that's being spent at the moment. Some scout reports back now on some more goalkeepers. What's the betting that they're actually decent? And I wish I'd signed one of them. 82 rated, 74 handling, absolutely not. Renato Ferreira, 74 rated, no. Theo Braun, absolutely not. Cadlet was not going to be good enough either. And then it's loads of players that we are already aware of and weren't good enough. Not to worry then. Who are we going to get in the FA Cup? That's what I want to know in the next round. Is it an easier fixture or is it a more difficult fixture? It's Stockport County. That should be pretty straightforward then, shouldn't it? You'd like to think. Although Wigan and Fleetwood seem to have proven to us that it might not be that straightforward. We are 4th in the Premier League again, though, as Manchester City have dropped more points. Thank you very much, lads. Appreciate that very much indeed. We are now only 8 points off the top of the table, as Arsenal have drawn yet more games, only 1 defeat. But as the draws rack up, the points tally closes. Are we in a title fight with 3 top quality signings, although only 2 of them joining me this window? Maybe we are. We're certainly in the fight for a Europa League win, that's for sure. Actually, I wanted to quickly have a look and see who's left in the Europa League so we can see if we're favourites for that. Newcastle and Juventus, probably just as higher favourites as ourselves. Tottenham as well, and that's only the preliminary round. Okay, we're not favourites for the Europa League, but certainly we are one of the best sides in the Europa League. Right, that'll do for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate your support as ever. Join me for the rest of the season, starting tomorrow. Bye-bye.